Hello and welcome back. This is week 3. Sorry for the late posting, but here it is. Alright, to start Monday, it was a pretty normal day. It was our first-ish real day back into regular classes, so that was interesting. I had a full day of math, political science, environmental science, and French language. So, I mean, I only had 4 classes, but hey, I didn't make my schedule. And then also assembly, where a person talked to us about a thing called News Decoder, which it's like a non-profit that works with students, Anglophones all around the world to write papers and produce them in like an official way that can give students exposure for them to write their own pieces. So I did that. I was introduced to that by a lady during assembly, and then after school I hung out with friends. We went to a Braderie, and then I went to the conservatory for singing week 3, I believe. There was a lot of people were out because of COVID, week 2 for singing, and people were not out for COVID, but it was a good time, and we practiced our songs. We were doing 2 songs, one called Oak Leaves, or 3 songs, and then another one's called Green Sleeves, and the third one is called Mass of the Children. They're all in English, which is pretty cool for me. And I'm actually going to be helping out next week. Not this Monday, though. Not the Monday that just passed, after next Monday. Alright, Tuesday, also pretty chill, like low-key chill day. We had the first spirit committee meeting after school, and I'll tell you more about how the second meeting went this week, which was yesterday by the time of me filming this video. But I'm super excited for the Spirit Committee. We help put on events, and decide things like Spirit Week for the school. So you'll be hearing a lot more about that once the Spirit Committee starts to do things. But for now, we're just making sweatshirts. Also, I had soccer practice that evening, which went pretty great. We had a lady coach because, there's 2 coaches. One of them's an older, not like older, but like middle-aged lady, and one of them's like a college, I don't know, a young adult. But he had practice at the same place as us with his team. So soccer's been going great. Minus that Tuesday I pulled my quad. So that hurt a little bit for a week. It's feeling a lot better now though, so that's good. No offense Wednesday, but I feel like nothing really interesting happened. Even though I'm filming this Wednesday, from that Wednesday, interesting stuff also didn't really happen today. I didn't do much, except for one thing, which you'll find out about next week. But anyways, I'm rambling. Wednesday we prepared for La Gacilly, which was you'll hear all about that for next day, but we were told it's a place with a village where they set up tons of big photographs, and they focused on, I believe, indigenous peoples in the Brazil, in the rainforest, Amazon rainforest, and Brazilians. There's also pictures from other countries in South America and and also other parts of the world, but mainly indigenous people. So that was pretty cool. Thursday. So, as you may know, every Thursday I go on a field trip with the entire school and 4 of the experiential French teachers. Their job is mainly to guide us on these, or for this class, their job is mainly to guide us on the field trip, and then they help us prepare for it the day or 2 before, and we review over what we did the day after, so Fridays. On the way there, I watched some of The Walking Dead, and we did a little bit of vlogging, but that I didn't post. But some people started watching my YouTube channel, which is what you're doing right now. So thanks, I guess. But they were watching my YouTube channel on the way over to the bus, and that was pretty fun. And then I watched some Walking Dead for the first time in a while, and that was killer. I love that show. Then when we got there, we walked over to this kind of like square main area for the of the village of the it was a village pretty much, kind of a town, had a bunch of restaurants and stuff. We saw these huge pictures up on the side of the building, and they looked really cool. So we were excited. Then we had lunch. I had once again a jambon et fromage. Sandwich, jambon du fromage, peut-être, is what it's called. I don't know, but it had cheese, ham, and butter on a baguette. It was pretty good. I also had some chips and I believe a nectarine. And I ate with a bunch of people. Let's see if I can name them all. I'm gonna go with Beefy, Natalie, Lily, Atlas, Madeline. I know. There's a Madeline here, so not you, Maddie. Madeline, probably Gabby, probably Meg. I don't even know, whatever. Maybe Emma. Yeah, Emma as well. And so we all had lunch, and then afterwards we were told we had to meet back at the bus at around 3:45. And so we started heading out to pictures. Let's see. I wrote down a little list of points to talk about. So the first set of pictures that we looked at were mainly about animals, which made sense because one of the biggest pictures was a scuba diver surrounded by fish. It was a cool picture. And the other pictures were a lot smaller, maybe a couple feet across. But these were building tall murals. It was pretty cool. We were thinking about how they printed them. So we went over and we saw some of those pictures, and we got to walk by some restaurants. We saw some creperies. For reference, in the description, there is a folder to all of these pictures. Don't look at all of them unless you really want to, because it will take a really long time and they're not named. Maybe I'll name them one day, but not today. So all the pictures from that day are on there. And then we came back after seeing some more pictures about matriarchal societies around the world. That was super fun. And then we went to a perfume shop, I guess. Some people got some perfume and whatnot. And then we learned about some Brazilian indigenous cultures. All of this was photography. Once again, all these pictures are in a Google folder down below. And the final thing was there was a photography collection on aliens, and the message was these aliens came, turned all the men into cactuses, and then essentially kidnapped the women and made them like their wives. And it kind of showed how their lives weren't all that different, because it was about the 50s, back in when times were different for women. And it was just like a social critique specifically on that time period, but also meant to reflect nowadays. So that was pretty cool too. Then we went on the bus and we went home. And I just had dinner with my family and went to bed. Vendredi, Friday. I had my first real day of classes this past Friday, and I think it went pretty well. I had 2 free periods, more or less, because of my online math course. And yeah, the classes were pretty decent. I understood enough of my classes that I have in French, which are political science, environmental science, and of course French language. And also experiential French. And we did a little presentation on one of the pictures that we saw on Thursday, vendredi. And I presented one of the alien pictures because I thought they were pretty cool. And then I went home and I watched a movie with my host family before going to bed. It was called L'œil ou la cuisse. So, what that actually means, I can't remember, but it's okay. Definitely, I would recommend it. It's in French, but it has one of the most famous, perhaps the most famous French comedian, at least of the 20th century. So it was very good to watch, and I loved it. So that was Friday. Saturday, was a day that I woke up late, so that was pretty cool. Then later on the day, I went to pick up soccer with Antonin, my older host brother, 15 years old. That was super fun. And then afterwards, when I got home, it was about 7 o'clock or so. So I went out with some friends. I met them at the pizza place after struggling to find a pizza place for a while. They had already eaten pizza, but only 2 of them got pizza, and the other 3 were going to a poke bowl place. So all 6 of us were at the pizza place, and then we went to the poke bowl place. So I got poke bowl with them, and we hung out, and then we just kind of like talked, did the French hangout, and that was super fun. So yeah, that's what we did Saturday night before I went to bed, in preparation for La Braderie. Sunday, La Braderie. Once a year, there is it's called the Braderie. It's essentially a huge neighborhood-wide tag sale where all of there's tons of people who just sell used things they don't sell their used things or things they don't need anymore, as well as there's a bunch of street food and also different vendors who like come in for the event, presumably, because there's a bunch in September and a bunch in the spring, but there's never one in the same neighborhood. There's never more than one a year in the same neighborhood. So this was a big deal. My host brother got up at 6:30 a.m. to sell books and other things. He made like 60 euros too, so it was pretty good. And my host family was selling things. 2 of their families were selling things. And I just kind of like hung out with tons of people all day. Eventually, a bunch of my friends came. Emma, Fifi, Joey, and also Caitlin was there. And dang, I'm forgetting some people. Oh, Gabby and Madeline were there as well. So we hung out for the afternoon. I got to see Antonin's friends again as well from soccer, and also his friends. Also Gulven, who I play soccer with. Oh, that's another thing. Last Friday, I had soccer as usual. For those of you that don't know, I'm just gonna give a little recap of my schedule. Mondays I have singing, Tuesdays I have soccer, Wednesdays I have singing with the SYA club that Emma runs. Thursdays I also will probably be doing singing today. Today, the 28th will be my first day. And then Fridays I have my other soccer practice. So I'm busy all days of the week. And the Braderie was very fun. If you guys are ever in Rennes in the spring, maybe you're coming to visit me, who knows? I'll let you know. Maybe we'll go to Braderie. Maybe not. There's plenty of stuff to do. It's a city. But it was super fun. I got to see my friends. We hung out in the park, and it was a blast. It was just the fun I needed for my in-class essay this last Monday. So that's kind of sums up English class. It's harder than other English classes. But yeah, that was it for week 3, La Gacilly / La Braderie. So stay tuned for week 4 coming out in just a couple days because I was really late in getting this video out. But no worries. And also, special bonus video, which you guys will see maybe shortly after this. But that wraps up for week 3. Thank you for watching.